Hi, I'm Mark Wilson, the Engineering Heretic, and today it's the 9th of May 2025, Friday the 9th of May, and I'm off to the city today as part of my work experience, part of my experience, keeping my professional skills up. I'm off to my biannual event of attending the Manufacturing Week in the city. We're in Melbourne, Australia. We're at Boronia Station, where I live, and I'm hopping on the train and going in to see this exhibition. I've been coming to this exhibition for coming up 50 years now. I attended something similar to this back in 1977. And in various forms or other, this engineering exhibition, it's called Manufacturing Week these days, but it used to be called the Engineering Exhibition. I believe it ran every second year back in the day, but these days it's called Manufacturing Week, and it runs every second year in Melbourne and the alternate year up in Sydney, up in Darling Harbour. But today it's down at what we call a place called Jeff Shed, or Melbourne Exhibition Centre. Of course, I'm down the city now. I'm at Southern Cross Station, and Southern Cross is just a short walk from the Melbourne Exhibition Centre, just down the road a little bit. It used to be sometimes called Jeff Shed. It's a bit of a joke from the Premier who had the building constructed some years ago.
We've got like a U section that we're hooking around, and it's just hooking onto the door. I gather on the side now we've got a notch too high.
So here we are at the AMTIL Manufacturing Week exhibition, and with my job, I'm really required. I'm going to look for 4 things that are new in engineering. I'll see if we can spot a few things. There's not a lot of change from one year to the next in engineering, but if I look back over the near 50 years that I've been coming to places like this, they have changed markedly. There were no CNC machines to start off with. In fact, the first CNC machine I ever saw was at an exhibition like this. I couldn't believe the machine actually would travel in a circle interpolation. I was trying to work out how the machine actually did this. How could a computer make an X, Y coordinates circle interpolate a hole or a chamfer or something like that in a round format? I just could not believe a machine did that. So I saw that at a place like this some near 50 years ago. So this time I'm going to look for 4 things that I believe are new or interesting in this particular exhibition. Rightio. Now this looks like a regular micrometer. We're up the Mitsubishi stand. They're the agent in Australia, and we're looking at a quantum micrometer. Now you might argue, what is a quantum micrometer? Well, it's the one in front of me. Now of course it's digital. But the odd thing about this is that one turn of the thimble is 2 millimeters, unlike the regular half mil. The gentleman assures me, what's his name here? The gentleman assures me that the accuracy is the same. Okay, and it has a number of features, zero feature and stuff like that. This would be very good for quick measuring of things. Sometimes we're just spinning these things around a 1/2 mil per turn takes an enormous amount of time. So if you're quick checking something like that, a mic like this might be the one you look for. Okay, we're at Monash Centre for Additive Manufacturing. Now, additive manufacturing is a very, very innovative thing these days, and you have a look at a part like this one here.
I couldn't make it the first.
These are the sort of things that jet engines are made from these days. They're done by a welding process. As you can see, that's a cutaway version, but there is absolutely no way you could machine a component like this. And so with jet engines, things like that, where you want things built in, where you need cooling lines and things like that, this additive manufacturing process is where these things really come into their own. And for SpaceX and places like that, they're using these things all the time. A liquid 3D printer, you put the liquid in the bottom of this, and quite a cheap machine, 250 odd bucks for this one. I think it's done with a laser and a bit of a learning curve from what I understand. The other machine over there, that's about $700. And there's a washing thing. Once it's been printed, it needs to be washed as well. Now I have a part over here, and I must admit the part itself is quite extremely smooth for a 3D printed part. So it looks like something that might be very, very used for engineering, and they feel like, unlike the PLA version, a really good quality part. And it comes with a resin that comes in that I think the laser basically solidifies the resin and prints the part up. Something new. This is basically a replacement of a die nut. It's basically a thread rolling little die nut thing. It's got these rollers in here, and of course as you wind this on to an existing bolt, it'll even cut new threads, but it's a rolled thread form die nut as well. That's what I'm calling it anyway. It's called, what's it called? ST Thread Tools, Thread Service, Thread Solution. A silver tool. A silver tool, that's what it is. And so what you do is you want to fix up a thread, you line this thing up on there and basically run that on there, and it forms the thread back to spec. Obviously there's a split half nut type sort of one.
Yeah, you can just adjust it.
A half one, and that's adjustable. So it's on the beyond the pitch. On the pitch, so whatever pitch was right, you just adjust it.
Yep.
Now that is rather interesting. Okay, something very new. Rightio, we are at a little stand actually, stand number MP183. This is Wheelchairs for Kids Australia, a Perth-based organisation. These gentlemen here, there's their CEO, okay. These gentlemen here are making wheelchairs for disabled kids all around the world, okay. For developing countries. They have these models. The components are made up roughly in China and imported here, and they have a team of volunteers. All this is volunteer, and they survive on donations and what have you and gifts to run what they do. And they assemble these particular wheelchairs and send them all around the world. And something really interesting, something a little bit philanthropic, and some lovely, lovely people. And so ends my tour of the AMTIL Manufacturing Week. Saw some interesting things, things I didn't expect to see. Saw a few people I haven't met for quite some time. Albeit a rather enjoyable day. And of course, in 2 years' time, I'll be back here again and for another comparison. And I'm Mark Wilson, and thanks for watching.